Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Be the Change by Photojoint. As you are aware that Photojoint brings you rare of the rarest, we have a very special guest to discuss the current financial state of affairs of India. Our speaker for today is a State Committee Vice President of All India Queer Association West Bengal. They have been working as a performer and a queer Marxist feminist focusing around the intersectionality of several issues for over decades and now. They have collaborated with noted individuals and organizations for their work. They have also published several articles on different political issues in various noted e-magazines and books. Please welcome Panchali Kaur. Panchali, thank you for being part of Be the Change campaign.
My pleasure.
Well, my first question to you is what do you think is the major hit in economic numbers in your industry?
See, with pandemic, there is a huge change that has happened. We are yet not calling it recession, but the GDP, which we can see over the news, over everywhere, it has suffered a bad hit, and it is not just in one industry; it's throughout. So you see, thing is that every industry is interlinked with each other, right? So it is not possible that one industry is going down, 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 another industry is going up, up, up. What is GDP? Is the gross domestic product. So the entire production of a nation, that is the gross domestic product, right? So when so many people are jobless, so many like small scale industries, they're not functioning, when the freelancers, they are not able to work, when the we know the migrant laborers what kind of trauma they had to go through because of the fact that they were located elsewhere, plus like they are not like regular employees. So all these things are going on, and we can see so many salary cuts are there. Why it is happening? Because the profit is going down.
Mhm.
So when everywhere it is affecting, it is obviously, it is very obvious that every single industry would be affected. Like there are many educational institutions where the research fellows are not getting paid, and many of the like the streams, many of the disciplines on which studies and research was going on, a fund cut is going on over there. So when money comes down in research and development, it is a sign of a big problem.
Mhm.
Similarly, in IT industry also the same thing is going on. The small scale industries, they have laid off. The big industries, like the big companies, tier 5 companies, like they have a reputation to continue in the market. That is why the layoff is comparatively low.
Mhm.
However, salary cut is going on. And with work from home, the work culture has changed drastically. So this particular profit in every industry, it is coming down,
Mhm.
and the work that is coming up, that is going up, because people, if they do not have job, they'll try to do something, they'll try to make money somewhere else. So overall the GDP is like getting badly, like negatively dominated
Mhm.
by the problem that has happened all over the country. And it is not just specific to this country, it is prominent everywhere. Like the people who are working in multinationals, they know that there has been layoffs in like the first world countries. There has been like major layoffs.
Mhm.
So like this has been a new normal, but it is sad to call it normal because it is not. And also like the blow that is coming upon the people who are lower class, middle class, lower middle class, even upper middle class.
Mhm.
But a certain section of people, the creamy layer, they are never the one facing these problems. And we can see that they are growing.
Mhm.
They are growing, like it is not the industry is growing, it's not an overall growth. But a certain section of people, they are not affected by anything else. This is because unequal distribution of wealth, unequal distribution of resources. That is exactly why some people are suffering irrespective of what is the situation, and some people are not, irrespective of how bad the situation is.
Mhm.
So, also, like now, when we talk about GDP, so we also need to talk about gross national income (GNI). So, even when the GDP, it is not necessary that GDP and GNI are always interlinked, because when there is too much outsourcing, the GNI is lower, and when like there is too much insourcing, the GNI is higher. But for a third world country,
Mhm.
where most of the resources are not available to the people itself, and people are like working for some people, some, like organizations of some other countries,
Mhm.
like outsourcing is huge, so GNI is even more going down. So this overall structure is a threat towards, it is an indication, it's a threat towards where we are heading towards. So yeah, that is what it is.
Okay, so yeah, that's very true that GDP is in minus in today's date. That's a fact that we are facing. As you said, many industries and most of the people, mostly the labor class, has suffered due to this pandemic. Okay, but then
Yes.
again, there are few industries which have grown, which have done well due to this pandemic. For example, I would indicate to pharma industry, I would indicate to medical industry, also the supply chain industry. So even the payment gateways industry, gateway industries. So those industries have actually done better. How do you see this?
See, as I was pointing out, this talking about the industry doing better,
Mhm.
is it the chain of the people associated with that industry? Everybody is getting the benefit. No, that is how capitalism works, because it is the money, the wealth, the resources are concentrated at pockets, and it does not reach everybody. Like you said, farmer industry.
Mhm.
So no, the farmers are committing suicide every now and then. So that is the situation. They have huge debt on their head. However, there are the supply chain industries, and there are different kind of industries who are buying products from the farmers. They are getting more products, and it is available in the market. We, whatever good we see is what is available in the market. But what is going down the line? The farmers are at a far more wretched condition, because with the demand, the wages, the payment has not increased, and rather they are being forced to work extra with lesser like benefits. So that is how it is. Like even whatever industry you talk about payment gateway, you talk about medical. So yes, medical industry, they are the frontliners of COVID. They have done wonderful job, but the safety of the medical practitioners, like we can see, there is lack of PPE, there is lack of gear, there is lack of um, uh, adequate leave. Like people, they are working 14 days at a stretch, then taking 2 days leave and coming back to work. And when they are uh, getting infected by COVID, yes, they are getting like insurance and stuff, but like the throughout this fiasco of COVID, we can see that, especially in West Bengal, we can see that the demand and supply of the safety gears of PPE has been completely inadequate.
Mhm.
And the people who spoke about it, like the medical practitioners who tried to speak about it, they were sort of threatened, they were sort of intimidated, so that they do not open their mouth. Similarly, when you talk about like supply chain and payment gateways. So
Mhm.
the supply chain industries, they have started, like two major companies who were the food suppliers. They also have started like grocery supply and goods carriage from one point to another. Also, one of the major cab companies, they also started this kind of supply. But we can see, I personally have talked to some people who are delivering those products to our houses. The payment has gone down,
Okay.
and one person has told me that they are supposed to get 50% of what we pay for
Mhm.
delivering a good from one point to another, but the amount shown at their point of the device, like at their end of the device, is half of what we are paying, and they are getting half of that. So like it is a huge breach of trust. Like they are being told that they'll get 50% of what we are paying, then they are being told we are paying less, and they are given less. So all these things are happening. So the uh, at the grassroots level, the workers at grassroots level are exploited right and left.
Okay.
So when you talk about this industry doing better. Yes, it is doing better from a capitalistic perspective, and the money is going to pockets, not to everybody.
Okay. Even if the industry is doing good, the subordinates, the lower level of people engaged with that industry, they are not getting benefited according to you.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, with that, we'll come to our second question. What are the few steps you'd like to mention that a common citizen can take to optimize their daily living? So, pandemic has affected everybody, more or less, as you said, like capitalism, as you talk about capitalism. So,
Yes.
few people have
Yes.
made money out of this, but then again, mostly people have been affected.
Mhm.
From this pandemic. So, what do you suggest that can be common practices, a general practices that a citizen can adopt to optimize their daily living?
See, I think the citizens are smart enough. They are already optimizing. They know that they have less cash in hand. They know that they are not getting what they should be getting. They know that they do not have jobs. They know that there's a price hike going on.
Mhm,
So I do not think I should be preachy and tell them do this, do that,
mhm,
take a cab, do not take a car, take a share cab and stuff. So I think the problem is not with the common people. Even if the common people start rationing, start using public transport and stuff, the it is not going to affect the economy, because the major part of the economy is concentrated into pockets, which I was telling a while back. It is concentrated in the hands of pockets, and those people are like too brash, and they are too overconfident. They know they have the power, so they do not care. Even if I tell that this things should be done, uh, they are not going to do it anyway. So
mhm,
the people who are at the receiving end of all the problem,
mhm,
uh, those kind of people, they are already taking measures on their own. Now I cannot criticize somebody for riding a car or a bike over a bus, because maybe they have vulnerable people at home. Maybe they have senior citizen who has like higher risk of infection.
mhm,
So it depends. Like it is, there is no straightforward solution to this.
mhm,
People ration according to their own abilities. If somebody is not doing, they would anyway not do, with some like preaching and with some proposals. So people are doing their level best. They are trying their level best. Even there are many voluntary organizations who are trying to feed the people who do not have the means, who are trying to reach out to them with medicines, with clothes, with several kinds of things. And the normal citizens, the general citizens, they are coming up with whatever they can. Like maybe they are not able to contribute physically and go there and stand beside them, but they are contributing monetarily, they are contributing with contacts, with things in kinds. So people are, in general, the people, I mean the lower class, middle class, lower middle class, even upper middle class, they are trying to help each other. That is true.
mhm. So, on an
Yeah.
individual level, there are many things coming up, like one should do savings at this point of time, one should do investment at this point of time. So what do you think our individuals should do at this point of time to sustain in a longer run, because many people have lost their job, right? So say, is savings gonna help, or investment gonna help, or cutting down on their budgets gonna help on an individual level?
Well, what will people save if they do not have income? All these theories are good on books.
Hmm.
If they do not have income, if they do not have the means to earn 2 square meals a day, what are they going to save? Yes, the people who have the means to earn, they can, they should save, and it is not for the pandemic, it's for all the time. They should save a certain bit of whatever they can. They should try to generate a surplus and try to save it.
Hmm.
And it helps in times when there is no, there is something bad going on, there is something unprecedented going on,
Hmm.
maybe at a personal level, maybe at a large level. However, it is very unfair and unjust to expect people to invest in savings and insurance at this point of time when the means of savings is not available to most of the people.
Okay. Okay. Yes. So yeah, that was really deep.
Mhm.
Um, well, with that, we'll move to our third question. If we
Yes.
talk about change, what is a great change according to you that can be executed in a larger scale? Maybe to government policies, maybe and on a large scale industry level. So, what do you think are the changes that can be implemented, which can be helpful to generate more income, to maybe improve the GDP at this point of time?
See, it is not the duty of the common people to help each other. Yes, it is like a duty, like it's a moral duty, but it is not something that we can do. Like if suppose I am earning certain kind of salary and I'm giving it to somebody, it
Mhm,
can help a little section of people, right?
mhm,
But it is the government who should come forward and ensure like basic needs of the people.
mhm,
We have heard enough that the black money shall come back to the country. We have seen industrialists, all the industrialists, many of them doing big bank frauds and fleeing away. So
mhm,
it is not that the money is not there. We can see one statue is being built with thousands of crores. It is not that the money is not there. The problem is unfair distribution of wealth. One section is getting richer and richer and they do not care. They can spend it wherever they want to, and they can generate consent, manufacture consent, because they have the power of the resources, the power of the money.
mhm,
And on the other hand, people are expected to stay home and there is no source of income for them. So this
mhm,
is unfair.
mhm,
So the very basic needs to be provided by the government. And like we cannot blame somebody to when they are breaking a lockdown and going out to earn their bread,
mhm,
because there is no alternative provided. Just they have been told stay home. How can they stay home? The hunger is not going to wait.
mhm, mhm,
So yes, there this is first thing the government should like it is their duty. They are not doing a favor. It
mhm,
is their duty to ensure the basics to the people. The second thing is like the problem is not pandemic. We know the problem is capitalism. How
mhm,
capitalism works,
mhm,
how the resources get stuck at a pocket and it doesn't trickle down to the bottom.
mhm, mhm.
So this the entire concept of capitalism is a problem
Okay.
which can be altered or replaced by a socialist model. It is not a one day thing again.
Mhm,
And capitalism comes in various masks.
mhm,
Like there are certain things like environment friendly capitalism.
mhm,
So the approach is capitalistic, but I am talking about being environment friendly. It does not work that way.
okay.
When you are a capitalist and you are talking about being environment friendly, you are talking about being pro minority, all this looks good on a book.
Mhm,
However, these things never come into practice.
okay.
Yes, the companies they get some kind of benefit for being like community friendly, for being environment friendly, but in the end it is destroying the indigenous tribes, it is destroying the environment. So for that we have to replace it with a socialist model where the benefits, the gross benefits, they trickle down to the bottom and does not, get stuck in the hands or in the pockets.
Okay.
So it is not a one day thing. Definitely, it's not a one day thing. And community level initiatives need to develop more and more so that people can support each other, not just by giving money, but starting from production to distribution, everything within a community. Like that kind of commune, if you can build, that is very self dependent
Mhm,
to a certain extent. So these could be solutions. There could be n number of solutions, obviously, but yeah, these could be possible solutions that I can think of right now.
okay. So I'll go back a little to the suggestions for the government. As you said that capitalism is a major problem as of now, and that should be end.
As
And
of now, no, it is always been.
It's always been there. And look, so this is not the immediate solution to the economy or to the pandemic. Okay, I think so. It's not the immediate solution.
It is not. The immediate solution is the government taking up charges, doing its duty towards the citizens. Because if I talk about like small initiatives
Mm-hmm.
that grew up and that like people from like people like us, common people, service people, students, they made small communes and supported underprivileged people throughout the pandemic. Some
Mm-hmm.
people ran community kitchens, some people ran community health centers, some people provided rations, some people took the people to hospitals and stuff. If a handful of people can do that, why cannot the government? How cannot the government? So the immediate solution is the government stepping up and doing its duty, not a favor.
Okay. So basically, government should come on ground and do their duties towards their citizens.
Yes, instead of instigating communal violence, so that we do not ask questions about GDP, we do not ask questions where is the black money, we do not ask questions where did this industrialist go away with all the money, what is happening to them. We do not ask many questions. We do not ask questions about the scams in different industries, and we do not ask questions about privatization. This because when privatization is happening,
Mm-hmm.
so one particular industry, which is a capitalistic industry, why would they buy that particular service or particular company?
Mm-hmm.
They know it is profitable, that is why they're buying, right? So the government is not able to run it, or rather, they are not willing to run. They are
Mm-hmm.
not willing to run it. They are just trying to sell it off anyway. They are purposefully, to some extent, they are purposefully creating this loss so that they can sell it off. If the industries knew that this particular sector is going to run at loss, they would never buy it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, okay, that was really insightful, Panchali. With
Thank you so
this,
much.
I would like to conclude today's chat session with you. So, to all our viewers, those were the suggestions of Panchali. I hope our government is seeing this, our millennials, our youth is seeing this, and if feasible, they can take some steps. They can implement changes in individual level, in policy level. Panchali, thank you so much for being part of Be the Change campaign by photojoint. I wish you best wishes for your future. Thank you, our viewers, to join with us, and we'll meet soon. Till then, take care. Bye bye.